What's going on, my co-creators, co-creators? I hope you're creating the life that you love, the life that you want, the life that you've been looking forward to. How you doing today? I know you're having a great day. I know you are because you said it. That's the only reason why is because you said it, because you agreed that you're having a wonderful, fabulous day. You are in charge of that. Anyway, I thought about something that I used to do for myself to kind of tamper down on my fears about things that might happen. And I figured it'd be something I could share with you guys just in case, and you gals, just in case it's something that you're kind of dreading or worried about, or you just, I'm just, I have people say I'm a worry wart, or I'm just a worrying person. Nobody's really just anything. We decide to be those things, or we continue to allow ourselves to be those things. But okay, whatever. But if you're like one of these people that's always worrying about what could happen, years ago I came up with this thing where when I started writing a lot and started journaling and stuff like this was a long time ago, and I just started writing about my problems. And then when I thought that, when I was like, oh, if this doesn't work out, then that's not going to work out, then that's not going to work out. And I used to have all these. I mean, I was very talented at storytelling, negative storytelling for myself. I mean, most of us are. I mean, even now, if I let myself get too caught up, I can go on and think of all kind of negative things that could happen. And so I think it's a natural part of our brain, just how we think. Is a part of us that our brain that wants to protect us, and which is a good thing. But we can become obsessive about our thoughts. And I used to work with this dude, and he used to always be worried about everything, everything. I'm like, damn, dude, you more worried? I say, you might as well you terrified of life. Like this quote. It's kind of a side note, but this quote that I love, if I can remember it, but I do love it. It says, most people tiptoe through life to make it safely to death. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're just too cautious. Most people tiptoe through life to make it safely to death. That's when we just being a little too cautious about everything. We worried about everything. I mean, we're worrying about the worst case scenarios on everything. I mean, the silliest stuff. So anyway, so I use my my little technique that I came up with. I used to do this thing where I was worried about something bad that was gonna happen. I would take a piece of paper, like yellow pad or whatever, or a notebook or whatever, and then I would write down the thing that I was most worried about, and then I would take a marker, and then I would put, and then what? And I would write down, and then what? And then underneath there, I would write down, if whatever thing that I'm worried about happening, if it does happen, write down exactly, and then what? Just whatever you worry, whatever you worried about. You're like, oh, if I lose my job, and if they fire me, and then write down exactly what you think will happen after that. Just write it down, whatever it could be. Or I'm gonna lose my apartment, or I'm gonna not gonna be able to pay my car note. And and then once you write down a few things that you think will happen, just write down again. After you got all your little stuff that you write down, just write down again. And then what? And then take the things that you wrote down for the first, and then what? And then say, okay, if all that did happen, now write down what happened after that. And you keep on doing it. You keep on writing down your ridiculous ideas about what you think is going to happen, and then after that, put in then what? And then write that, like, let your imagination think the worst possible scenarios. Just let it all out. Just every time you get to a stopping point, oh, I'm gonna lose my kids to CPS because I ain't gonna be able to take care of them. whatever ridiculous idea you come up with, because I can't pay my bills, I'm gonna be out in the street, and then what? Just keep on going until it gets so ridiculous. What happens is it gets so ridiculous. I'm looking at a plane flying by. Anyway, it gets so ridiculous. It gets to the point where something magical happens where you calm down. It's like a lot of times we get nervous because we're like thinking about the things that could happen. But when we actually vocalize them, or we really was more powerful writing it down, and you see the ridiculous extents that your mind goes into. But once you see it on paper and you see how ridiculous it is, I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but something about putting that craziness on paper that you think is going to happen, it makes it seem so ridiculous and so silly, and it actually calms you down, because everything that you're fearing, you just lived it and wrote it out, and then you're like, you know what? Damn, if I did lose this job, yeah, it'll probably be a challenge for a couple of weeks, and I might have to get somebody to watch the kids. I may have to skip a note on my card note. I don't know. Maybe I could borrow some money, even though I don't want to borrow one. I mean, you're going to see how unpractical our imagination is. I mean, just know, folks, this world can be very, very boring. Really. I mean, here lately with everything going on, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say, nah, that's not true, bro. But in normal circumstances, whatever that is, if you're not out there like trying to like, get your life into high gear, if you're not out there like bucking the system and doing exciting things and pushing up against the wall and of everything in your life is pretty routine and pretty boring. It kind of gets it's mundane, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that. I don't like mundane. So I'm always trying to do something different with my life. I'm always trying to push up against the wall and, break down a barrier. I'm not going to sit here and just let my life just roll by. But anyway, most people do that. And our imaginations are way more colorful than actual life. Trust me. And so a lot of times, we just dreading things because our imagination, we're watching TVs, reading books and hearing stories, and you don't hear about the good stories. You don't hear about the things that work out. You only hear about the bad stories. We like to know what's bad coming so we could protect ourselves, we could protect our family, which is understandable. But sometimes we just focus in on the bad and we don't think about what good could come of things. What are the good possibilities? And sometimes we got to write that crazy stuff out. Write down your worst case scenario, put it on paper and look at it, and it might even make you laugh. Like, really, Adi? Really? You really think that's gonna happen? You really think you're gonna be homeless? Really? You think that's gonna happen to you? You really think it's gonna come out of that? I think we could do better than that. I think there's some other solutions to this problem. You know what I'm saying? And if something does happen, you can't control it anyway. Certain things you just can't control. But I promise you, it's a life hack, another one of my little life hacks. Go on and write down what you're worried about. I don't want to lose my job, or I don't want to lose this person. Just whatever you think it is, just write it down and then say, if that happens, and then what? And it might take some time to write out all your craziness. And then once you get to that point, after that, look at what you wrote down. And if all that craziness happened, and then what? And then get to writing again. All your crazy. I mean, we're screenwriters over here. I mean, we can imagine some amazing things. I mean, if people say they're not creative, like I've had people tell me that, oh, I'm not a creative person. BS. You're creative. Trust me. When you're worried about something going wrong, that's your creativity. That's your mind. You're so creative. You seeing all these crazy things happening. You're extremely creative, folks. Nobody isn't creative. So don't ever think you're not. Just think about all of the bad things you could think of. We are amazing storytellers, if not anything else. We can imagine some terrible things happening. And so, write that mess down and look at it, how ridiculous it is, and just keep going until it gets to the point where it sounds like some kind of Lifetime movie. Like it's just so dramatic and over the top. And then you'll calm down and you'll see what's really going on and how bad it can really get, and it really can't get that bad, especially if we're thinking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is another life hack. Okay, what I was about to say? Go outside today. 30 minutes cardio. Get your blood pressure going up, or get your get your heart rate up. Sweat, get those toxins out of your body. Breathe in some fresh air and breathe out that carbon dioxide, and get all that stuff out of your body. Take care of this thing is very important. You don't want to be a burden to others. Trust me, you need to take care of your body, because that's what happens when we don't take care of our bodies. We get older and then we become somebody's problem, and we don't want to be somebody's problem. At least we want to put ourselves in a position where we'll be the least amount of problem to somebody as we get older. Because, we all going to get older. We all, God willing, we all get older and our bodies will break down. We will need help, but we don't want to fast forward that, but not taking care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And, we got to take care of your bodies, folks. That's very important. I mean, you can have a lot of things you want to talk about and do in your life. You can have a lot of dreams and plans and all that good stuff. But if you're not taking care of your body, it's just, all of those ideas and all those dreams can go with you to the grave. And that's not cool. I'm always thinking of little side tangents. I just started this just now, folks, so bear with me. Well, another plane. I get distracted so easy, obviously. I was thinking about, I'm seeing all these people walking around terrified of an imaginary deadly virus. I said imaginary deadly virus. I know how I talk. I know what I'm saying. So it's like, if you're that terrified of this deadly virus and you're willing to walk around, looking like a slave with a muzzle on your face and doing all these ridiculous things, why, like, life insurance companies should be getting all type of new business. I mean, if you're that afraid of dying, apparently, even though you eat like crap and you're drinking this and smoking that and having unprotected sex, you're doing all this other stuff that could kill you. But you're more afraid of the Church of COVID. We got a whole bunch of Church of COVID people. I'm saying, why you don't go get life insurance? All these people walking around, these young people walking around, go get some life insurance if you're so afraid of dying. That way, if the COVID does come back, if the Church of COVID, the Savior, does come back and get you, at least you'll be able to take care of your family. You know what I'm saying? Just a little thought. If you really believed in it that much, come on, folks. Just a little thought. Go get a $1 million policy, because you just never know when the Church of COVID gonna sneak in your lungs and choke you out. So anyway, a little side note I just thought of while I was recording this video. Meditate. 10 minutes. My brain's all over the place. Meditate 10 minutes a day. That's all you need. I just finished a good meditation just now, matter of fact. I like to do my meditation after I work out. I went to the park today, then I went to the gym and worked out for about an hour. And I like to do my meditation after that, because my body is exhausted. After I jump in the shower and I'm like just clear, and that's when I get my best meditation in. And I don't just do 10 minutes. I usually do 2 different sessions, 10 to 15 minutes a piece. And I focus on different ideas during those 2 different sessions. It's a little inside, but all you need is 10 minutes. That's all you need to remind yourself of who you really are. There's another plane. Good Lord. Anyway, I live next to a small airport, so there's a lot of small planes that's always taking off and stuff. And also, what else? Oh, turn off the news. Turn off that dirty, grimy news that's filling your head with dirt and grime. You don't need it. Trust me, you don't need it. I love you, my co-creators. I love you so much. Please take care of yourself and leave your cell phone at home sometime. Try to break loose of this technology. It's taking over your life. Don't let it. Get out there in nature. Get out there and just enjoy life like you used to. All right? I love you. I love you, my co-creators. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.